Welcome back to International Scale Modeler. Tonight we're going to do a reveal vid for the Cold War era GB that recently finished on ISM. This was a great group build, one close to my heart because I love the Cold War era. There's an endless range of subjects you can have for it, and pretty much any theatre really of war or peacekeeping really can cover it. So it was great that we had so many entries. I think we had near on 90 entries. And we had about 45–50% actually managed to finish in the end, which is a bit of a shame because some cracking builds that didn't finish in the end. But, you know, life gets in the way and we have to prioritise, and the modelling obviously is not high on that priority list when you get serious other life matters and things like that. But we totally understand, as we keep saying. So, before we do the reveal vid, I just want to quickly go through how we judge things for the group builds and the special interest group builds as well on ISM. I think it will just help people to maybe up their game a bit when it comes to the thread that's involved, because we had some cracking models that finished, but we couldn't. There just wasn't enough info on their thread, like pictures and processes and hints and tips, and you know, all things about info about the subjects as well, and things like that, that we couldn't really include them in the final, or they scored low on the thing. We use a point system, and it's quite easy. Here is a picture of the form that we use for the judging. Now this is basically how we judge your models. Now it's not an easy job, and you know, it does go, I go through it quite meticulously, and I go through every thread quite meticulously, read every page at the end of the group build, and use this to mark. Now Paul and I are at loggerheads at the end of every one about how we've assigned points and things like that, and we have got a third person in to help judge the GBs and SIGs on ISM now, and we will announce that in the next new show, so everyone will know who that third person is going to be. And I think a lot of you would agree with our choice that he's an absolute smashing bloke, and I think he's just the right person to help us pick the right models, because he's been in that theatre quite a lot of times. So, but as you say, we're different from most other websites in the fact that we don't pick the prettiest model. It's not necessarily the prettiest model. I mean, a lot of the winners have recently been, you know, really pretty models, but that's because they backed it up with the thread and the info. As you can see from this sheet here, how we judge initially, obviously we've got the names of every entrant down there as well, but we do the first one is the build finish, so how the model looks at the end, and the points are scored 1 out of 10. And basically flick through all the reveal threads and just have a look at the pictures and see which one, you know, mark them out of 10 just for what they look like, what the finish is like and everything. Okay, so you've got an absolutely amazing model and diorama, and that you'll score a 10. If it's, you know, if it's not, then, you know, obviously it goes down the scale. Now then, what comes next is pics, vids and processes. Now this basically means that the more pictures that you put on your thread about and explaining about your build, so each step of your build is, you know, accompanied by photographs or videos, YouTube videos, it doesn't matter, either or, but and the process is involved in your modeling. So basically, if you come across a problem and you've got around it and you fixed it, and you've shown a step-by-step guide on photos of how to do that, that's brilliant, because what we want to do is we want to make every thread a story. Okay, so it's a story of how you built that model, and as a lot of you know, I enjoy reading them as they build up, and to be honest with you, a lot of them, the ones that look like are going to be good, I leave it until I mark it, and then I read the whole thread through, and it is like reading a book, and I really enjoy it. So, and I'm sure a lot of other members would. So the more information, the more pictures and the more videos you do on your thread, the more points you're going to get. Again, you scored 1 to 10 on those, so the more pictures and videos and how you explain your processes for modelling and how you get around things, how you did things, what paints you use, what ratios, you know, all sorts of stuff. Anything to do with the modelling aspect of it, people are going to be interested in, because it's only going to help them up their game and give them some hints and tips. I mean, I learn something new on ISM every day, you know, and same with everyone, I'm sure. The next one, as you can see, is build and subject info. Now this is basically build info is part of the processes one as well, but basically all the information about your build step by step. The more steps you put in, the more updates, you know, the more points you'll get. And the build and the info, the project info, is basically if you put some background about the not only the model but the subject itself, like where it was its theatre, what marks are there, how it was processed, prototypes, any information you can find. I know a lot of people just copy and paste from Wikipedia. That's great, you know, because we all like to see what the aircraft was used for and what its capabilities were. I love looking at tech specs in, you know, on the detail sheets of some manufacturers for kits, and I think that helps you, you know, build up a picture of the model in your mind when you're building it. Anyway, so they're all rated out of 10, and then you've got another one here which is the overall thread. So we put all of that together and then we come up with an overall points for the whole thread from start to finish. So every aspect of what you've just seen will go into that final thread. Now then you've got we've got the maximum points is 40, and we'll take those 4 and then you add them all up at the end in a totals column, and then whoever's got the most is the winner. It's as simple as that, and that's the fairest way we found about judging it. We can't think of any other ways to do it, and that way everyone has a fair shot. If you think about the finish of if it doesn't matter if you're not that great a modeler, that's not the point of these, you know, GBs and SIGs. The point is just to have fun. But you can say only 25% of the points are awarded to what your model looks like at the end. Okay, so you can score 2 points on your model. But if your thread and your pictures and your info has been great all the way through, and you've got 10, 12 page thread or whatever, you know, you'll get 8, 9s and 10s further on down the line, and you'll beat someone who's made this amazing model that looks like just the complete nuts, but haven't bothered putting any pictures in or processes or info or anything. You know, and there's lots of times I've had to score 0 points for info, and I thought, oh, well, that's a winner. And they put no info on the thread, and you think, oh, well, you know, they're not going to win. It's as simple as that. So if you have a look at the threads that have won, you can see where we're putting the points and how we're making the points and everything. And it's good. I just want to make everyone aware that that's how we do it. And, you know, when you're, if you want to win a prize, obviously if you don't want to, if you just want to take part, then that's fine. It doesn't matter. But if you do want to be in the running for prizes, then just take care and make a note of the processes involved and how we judge them, and, you know, what's going to make you come up further up that ladder. I've got to say there were a lot of it was very close. There was probably 10 or 15 threads that really competed for the top spots. And as I say, as I always say, it's a shame we've only got 3 prizes to give away, but we can't really afford to give any more away. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone's aware of that. So in the future, when we do GBs, you'll know how we mark them, you'll know what we're looking for, and hopefully you'll provide the information to give us an even tougher time when we're marking them. Also, I just want to take this opportunity to say, when you do your reveals, don't just put a YouTube video. We want the YouTube videos, obviously, but can you also put at least 4 stills of your model as well, so we can put them in the reveal vid, which you were just about to see. So anyway, let's have a look at the reveal vid. Here it is. Well, I think you'll agree that's some amazing modelling right there. That's by far our best group build or SIG so far. Some really cracking models and some great threads, and all round well done to everyone that's taken part in the Cold War era GB. I'm so impressed with all the threads. As I say, Paul and I, we do take the time to read through all the threads, and we do read them all. We don't take the judging lightly, so we know it's everyone's effort is golden, basically. So I think without further ado, I think we should get into the prizes and the winners and everything. So here goes. We're going to do something a bit different from now on. Instead of announcing first, second and third, I think we're going to go backwards and say, do it in reverse order and say third, second and first. I just think it's a little bit better and holds attention for the winner at the end of the day. So without further ado, here are the results. Right, in third place for the Italeri 172mm24 Hind, the third place winner is DC87. Well done, Dan. You've done that. You've won this one. I've just got to say, Dan's thread was excellent. He had the Naval Twin refueling set, which was the A6 Intruder and the F14 Tomcat refueling. He'd done a little background and everything, and a little box, and put them all on and mounted them. I thought it was really good. But it wasn't just that. It was the thread, you know, all the way through, and he explained his processes and thoughts and how he did things. Lots of history and all stuff like that. So it was really good. So well done, Dan. Third place is yours, and this will be winging its way to you very soon. So in second place, we have the Corsair. Hobby Boss A7K Corsair, which I have done a review on, which will be out in the next week or so. This is a cracking kit, and it really is. This could have been a first place kit easily. It really is a good kit, so I'm really tempted to get this myself. But the second, in second place was Flying Dutchman. Well done, Franz. That's I think he placed first in the last SIG about a week ago. So a first and a second in the space of a week. So well done, mate. But again, not only a good end result, but the thread itself was absolutely topped full of information, processes, how he did things and everything. And it's that sort of thread that we're after. I mean, top notch. So well done, Franz, on winning this. Be winging its way to you soon, mate. And in first place, the best overall thread and build and everything like that we thought that you know, that really deserves this prize. It's the prize is the Velom Antonov AN4 AN2W. Now again, I've done a review of this kit. It is an absolutely sublime kit. The level of detail on it, you know, it kind of it's on the same par as the Eduard Spitfire Mark 9 that they did recently, and I was so impressed with the rivet detail on that. And this is the same. I've done a review of it. Again, it will be up within the week. But this is a smashing kit, and it's such a different subject as well. I really, again, I like to do all the kits I've got, but this is again another kit. It's a very worthy first prize, and that goes to Gavo 909. So excellent, mate. Well done, Gav. I mean, I've got to say, Gav's thread was verging on legendary. It really was. I know he's a mod on the site, and the mods get no favoritism whatsoever with regards to how they do things. But Gav's thread, right from the moment go, was information. How he'd done things, how he got around problems, you know, processes involved. And yes, it was the longest thread, and that isn't the reason he's won, but just the amount of information in there right from start to beginning, it really was a pleasure to read, and it really was a proper story right from start to finish. So well done on your win, Gav, much deserved, mate. So that's it. There's the prizes, and I just want to say thank you again to everyone that took part. Everyone's a winner in our eyes. As I say, we only get 3 prizes. We have to give those to who we feel did the best overall job, and so well done to the winners, but well done to everyone that took part. We love reading your threads, so keep them coming. We've got the 100 years of Bombers SIG starting tomorrow or today when this video will be released, so really looking forward to that one as well. Some great entries coming in that, and obviously we've got the Steel Rain SIG underway, some cracking entries in that as well. So and we've got loads more coming up very soon over the next couple of months. Got a couple more SIGs as well. So well done to everyone, well done to the winners, and until next time, take care, bye bye.